Today on Rappler, American missionaries infected with the Ebola virus dramatically improve after being treated with an experimental drug. Predominantly Muslim Indonesia denounces the Islamic State. And two of the Azkals football team's players quit because of a new coach.
Hello, I'm Maria Ressa. Welcome to Rappler, your social news network. Two American missionaries infected with the Ebola virus improved dramatically after being treated with experimental drug ZMapp. CNN reports 3 top-secret vials were flown to Liberia to be used on missionaries Dr. Kent Brantley and Nancy Wright-Ball. ZMapp was developed from harvested antibodies within the blood of mice exposed to fragments of Ebola. It has never been tried on humans, only on monkeys. Brantley's condition was said to be nearly reversed within an hour of receiving the serum. Wright-Ball showed significant improvement after a second dose. World Health authorities are cautious over this development. World Health Organization spokesman Gregory Hartle says health authorities, quote, cannot start using untested drugs in the middle of an outbreak for various reasons. Doctors Without Borders says treatments and vaccines in the very early stages of development have scientific and ethical implications. The group adds, as doctors, trying an untested drug on patients is a very difficult choice since our first priority is to do no harm. The death toll from the deadly Ebola virus reaches 887 after 61 deaths were recorded between July 31 and August 1 in Guinea, Liberia, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone. The World Health Organization, or WHO, says the total number of confirmed and likely cases from the outbreak has reached 1,603. WHO head Margaret Chan says the response of some of the countries with reported cases is, in her words, woefully inadequate. She earlier said the outbreak has been, quote, moving faster than our efforts to control it. In the Philippines Overseas Employment Agency, or POEA, POEA monitors Filipinos in West African countries on a weekly basis. POEA records show there are more than 600 Filipino workers in Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. State Weather Bureau Pag-asa tells Metro Manila residents to prepare for heavy monsoon rain from Tuesday to Friday. Typhoon Jose, international name Halong, enhances the southwest monsoon or habagat. Heavy rain caused massive traffic jams in the capital and neighboring provinces Monday. In the city of Marikina, officials raised the first alarm for the Marikina River as it reached 15 meters 10:30 p.m. Monday. As of 5 p.m. Tuesday, water levels remain at 14.2 meters. The city's Public Information Office said only 3 out of 8 floodgates are open. Pag-asa on Monday told residents of Ilocos and Central Luzon to prepare for flash floods and landslides Tuesday. Praised for his province's disaster risk reduction efforts, Albay Governor Joey SALCEDA says getting funds to mitigate calamities and adapt to climate change has become difficult. SALCEDA says his success has ironically translated to a, quote, harder time finding funds. The governor, who's also co-chair of the UN Green Climate Fund, adds he can't rely on humanitarian aid because of Albay's zero casualty count during Typhoon Ramasan, locally known as Glenda. Glenda caused widespread damage to agriculture and infrastructure. Official estimates place total economic damage at 9 billion pesos. SALCEDA says international aid agencies won't help unless, quote, there are dead on the streets. He adds, I cannot remove Mayon volcano, I cannot stop typhoons, and people won't move. We have to live and adapt to those factors. Albay is cited as one of the provinces with the best disaster management plans in the Philippines. SALCEDA says targeting a zero casualty figure is not just a goal, it is a way of life in Albay. Check out Rappler's Project AOS microsite, a one-stop shop to help the public prepare better for disasters. Project AOS aims to raise awareness about climate change adaptation and disaster risk reduction and management. You can see what to do before, during, and after natural disasters like floods and earthquakes. Visit www.rappler.com/projectagos. Will Vice President Jejomar Binay be adopted by President Benigno Aquino's Liberal Party or LP? Senate President Frank DRILON says it has not been brought up. Binay said in several interviews he's open to becoming the administration's candidate in the 2016 presidential elections, despite being the head of main opposition party United Nationalist Alliance. DRILON, an LP stalwart, says the Spin Masters are having their day. He says the party's decision on its standard bearer will be influenced by Aquino's choice. The president is also the LP chair. Binay made the comment after the president mentioned him in his fifth State of the Nation address, the time the president was ambushed in 1987 along with Binay. President Aquino's words sparked speculation that he just might endorse Binay. DRILON maintains LP is still keen on supporting LP mate and Binay rival Mar Rojas. Two members of the Philippine national football team, or Azkals, quit. The reason? Their coach, Thomas Dooley. Azkals standouts Stephen Schrock and Dennis Cagara announced their resignation through their social media accounts Monday night. Schrock posted on his Facebook page, "As long as Coach Dooley will lead the team, I won't wear the jersey of Azkals again." Cagara echoed similar sentiments. He tweeted, "Dooley is also the reason why I won't play for the Azkals at the moment. Dooley is a former American national soccer team standout. He took over the squad last January after the exit of Hans-Michael Weiss." A source close to the team tells Rappler these issues had, quote, been simmering for a while. Problems started to surface when veteran Azkals goalkeeper Neil Etheridge was excluded from the list for the Peace Cup, which starts September 1. Cagara and Schrock were also left out. Schrock was the team's hero in last year's Peace Cup. The source says a lot of the players, quote, feel used like pawns in a game. The source predicts other players might follow. Dooley has yet to comment. After more than 3 weeks of fighting, the Israeli army announces it is withdrawing all troops from Gaza. The declaration comes after a ceasefire with Hamas takes effect 8 a.m. local time or 1 p.m. Manila time Tuesday. The ceasefire comes after Israeli forces observed a unilateral 7-hour pause in their offensive Monday. An Israeli spokesperson says troops still maintain a defensive position outside the Gaza border, poised to respond to any violation of the truce. It is the second time in 4 days that both sides attempted a ceasefire. Last Friday, the 72-hour truce brokered by Washington and the United Nations faltered as violence broke out just 90 minutes later. Israel began its military operation against Hamas on July 8. 9 days later, it sent in ground troops to destroy the network of attack tunnels. 1,800 Palestinians and 67 people on the Israeli side have died in the 3-week campaign. Indonesia, the country with the world's largest Muslim population, denounces the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, or ISIS, now renamed Islamic State, or IS. Officials say any ISIS or ISIS presence in Indonesia is forbidden. The government also warns pledging allegiance to the Islamic State could mean losing their Indonesian citizenship. President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono and leaders of Indonesia's largest moderate Islamic organizations denounce ISIS radical ideology. The public denunciation is part of a multi-pronged response to a growing militant threat. A new video uploaded in Indonesia of men speaking in Bahasa Indonesia calls on their countrymen to join IS. The YouTube video has already been blocked in the country. Indonesians traveling to the Middle East are also being closely monitored. The government is working closely with religious leaders to counter the Islamic State's message. Minister for Politics, Law and Security Joko Suyanto says every effort to spread the ISIS ideology must be prevented. He adds there's no place for such ideology in Indonesia. Indonesia is not an Islamic state. We are a country that respects plurality of ethnicity, religion, and race. Indonesian President-elect Joko Widodo, or JOKOWI, prepares for his transition into office while rival Prabowo Subianto awaits the decision of the Constitutional Court on his petition challenging election results. With about 11 weeks before he assumes the presidency on October 20th, JOKOWI created a 5-person transition team that would set short-term and medium-term priorities. But outgoing President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono says JOKOWI should wait for the court's decision. Thailand's military junta on Tuesday bans a computer game allowing players to craft their own dictatorship in a fictional paradise called Tropico 5. The game gives players the chance to build their own forms of government on a remote island. Tropico 5 was made by Bulgarian game developer Hemimont. The tagline is, quote, "Imagine a place where the people never go hungry, all work has a decent wage, and the weather is forever bright and sunny. Just make sure you always vote El Presidente." The Thai game distributor says the ban is disappointing. The company says the game was banned because, quote, "Some parts of stories within the game affect Thailand's situation." Thailand's been under a military junta since Thai Army Chief Prayut Chan-o-cha seized control of the government in May. Let's now look at Rappler's Wrap for today, a list of the 10 most important events around the world you shouldn't miss. At number 7, a study conducted by the Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, says the Philippines will need 436 billion pesos, or about $9.9 billion for an airport to replace the Ninoy Aquino International Airport. The new airport will have a capacity of 130 million passengers and 4 runways that can handle 700,000 aircraft landings and takeoffs annually. JICA recommends Sangli Point in Cavite as a site. The Transportation Department wants the new airport operational by 2027. At number 9, scientists classify the golden bat Widodos medistactis as a new species. The BBC reports the bat was named after King Midas of Greek legend and his golden touch because of its bright golden fur. The golden bat is believed to live only in Bolivia. And at number 10, a study by Oxford University suggests playing video games for less than an hour each day contributes positively to child development. Young people who engaged in video games were better adjusted than those who did not play at all. But, there's a but, those who spent more than 3 hours didn't do well. The research involved 5,000 kids aged 10 to 15 years old. For the full top 10, visit Rappler.com's The Wrap. A court in Wisconsin says one of the teens charged for stabbing a fellow 12-year-old for fictional internet boogeyman Slender Man is incompetent to stand trial. CNN reports court documents reveal Morgan Geyser is, quote, standing mute or refuses to enter a plea. A psychiatrist tells the court Geyser believes she's capable of mind control and can talk to Lord Voldemort, the villain in the popular book series Harry Potter. In her competency review, Geyser displayed odd behavior like laughing inappropriately and squatting in her chair. Another doctor reports Geyser saying she said she uses Vulcan mind control, this time from Star Trek, to condition her thoughts and feelings. Geyser also said she thinks she can speak to Slender Man. Both doctors say Geyser is not faking but could be deemed competent after proper medication. Geyser and friend Anissa Wire were arrested in May for stabbing a friend 19 times. Geyser and Wire are charged as adults for first-degree homicide. Oscar-winning movie star Sandra Bullock is Hollywood's highest-paid actress in 2013. Forbes magazine reports Bullock's estimated earnings at some $51 million. A big chunk of Bullock's earnings is from the movie Gravity, for which she received an Oscar Best Actress nomination. Next on the highest-paid list is Hunger Games and X-Men star Jennifer Lawrence, earning $34 million. Third place goes to We're the Millers star Jennifer Aniston, who earned $31 million, followed by Gwyneth Paltrow at fourth place. She earned $19 million. Angelina Jolie and Cameron Diaz are tied at fifth place, earning $18 million each. Every story on Rappler has a mood meter, which gives you 8 emotions to choose from. Click how you feel and your vote comes down to the mood navigator in the middle of the front page. That crowdsources the mood of the day. It also gives you the top 10 stories that have affected our readers and viewers the most emotionally. If you take a look, these 10 stories have gotten the most number of votes on their mood meter. And we see here, Ebola moving faster than the efforts against it. You see 72% afraid. That's quite large. And the second story of our storm, Metro Manila warned against monsoon rains August 5 through 8. We have 59% afraid, and strangely, 12% happy. That green, let's pull it out. The green, there are two that Gaza falls silent as 3-day ceasefire takes effect, 80% happy. And the serum, the secret serum, did the secret serum save Ebola patients? 48% happy. That, look at the story that's gotten the most number of votes, picking up that green, Pia Cayetana, to look into Torre de Manila violation, 69% happy, 18% angry, but this green carrying out the mood of the day. Today, most people are happy. Well, that is Rappler's Newscast for today, Tuesday, August 5, 2014. Visit Rappler.com and watch our newscast Monday to Friday. Tell us how you feel on our mood meter and help us crowdsource the mood of the day. I'm Maria Ressa. As we say at Rappler, tomorrow begins today.